How might we lead sustainable change from here, right? How might we execute this strategy effectively? Communication, right? This whole thing of strategy execution, once you have it, is really a communication challenge. There is a formula for change. On the screen, you will see that there's different kind of elements, D times V times F over R, right? So dissatisfaction with the status quo or business as usual is the place where we start. But a vision of the future possible with is a statement, right? That is a statement communication tool. And first steps to be taken is your strategy or plan that you're making today, aligned with things like clear next steps, which are the first steps to implementation of any strategy at all. We have statements. Statements are short sentences, right? Usually 8 to 10 words, designed to educate or inform people about a thing, an idea, a change, a plan. What are your short sentences designed to educate and inform about this sustainable strategy you will need to use? Stories come next. Stories add meaning. So the anecdotes that we share, the narratives that we share, add meaning and make the statements we use meaningful to the people who hear them. And this is my favorite, is questions. Questions help us challenge the assumptions that people have. Questions, nicely formed and well created, help us challenge business as usual thinking in our organizations, these barriers to growth, these barriers to change, right? It's the question that transforms, not the answer. But reframing is a set of communication tools we use in facilitation to shift the perspective from what is to what could be. The third bunch of effective comms, right, is about the art of persuasion. We have the opportunity to communicate about a strategy as a leader. We should make it persuasive. Persuasion is really what we're trying to do as a leader. It's our main job that nobody talks about, right? When you're trying to communicate something, when you're looking to communicate something, is it most important for us to build trust or credibility here? Is it most important for us to get people to think differently or challenge business as usual here? Or do we want them to make them feel excited, or make them feel inspired or driven or just something? And finally, do we want them to act? These all come from the language of Aristotle. So logos is logic or thinking, ethos is trust and credibility, pathos is emotion or feeling. But the act one comes from my favorite idea of Aristotle, which is kairos, which is the opportune moment to do something, manage the message. But basically it comes from the world of effective communication design. So if you understand the topic and the purpose and the people that you're wanting to communicate to, and then re-understand how it's going to get lost, in what ways could this be misinterpreted or misunderstood, and then rewrite it. But I want to bring this strategic thinking, this strategic set of tools back to the triple bottom line, specifically the last P and profit. The important bit, the measurement of how well we're doing at business, how well are we doing, the performance or prosperity metrics, whatever you look at. When we look at strategy design, again, being specific is really important. And there's a few versions of KPIs, right? There's a few different ones, depending on which team you're looking to excite or execute with. So there's four or five different kind of strategy ones. There's strategy aligned ones. There's an example on each of these slides, right? If you want a strategy aligned KPI as a piece of language that drives the transformation or the execution, effective execution of the strategy, this is a really good one. There's SMART KPIs, a bit like SMART goals. They need to be time bound and specific. We've got actionable KPIs, which again is about the language we choose to use. I love using KPIs as a non-finance guy to drive behavior. They form the common language that we use to talk about how well the work is going. There's cascaded KPIs, which are really useful for larger businesses. So you might have a brand or company level, you might have a team specific, and you might want individuals to also have some responsibility to your sustainable change.